lights went off.
I had also students that.
Oh, now they're back on.
You're good.
All right, now it's time for the October 10th meeting. Benton City Council. Can I get a call to order and roll call, please?
Elwick.
Here.
Parmenter.
Here.
Fluhab.
Here.
Raker.
Here.
Stark Mahood.
Here.
Husenius absent.
If you all rise and say the pledge of allegiance, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Get a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Motion by Tammy, seconded by Riley. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
Motion.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Zach. Anybody got questions, comments? Since I got here, Ben, does a Leatherman multi-tool really cost $115?
Yeah. Who bought that, Ted?
I don't know, but why?
That's a lot of us carry them.
That cost $115?
I don't know. I think mine was 100, but they don't make this one anymore. I don't know who, but I think Ted bought that one.
Huh.
But
Harbor Freight has them for like $6.
They break the first time.
yeah,
they use
a
them.
lot of the ones that our guys are carrying, they have seatbelt cutters on them. And they're just taking license plates off.
So they're a little more than the
Yeah.
multi-tool. I
Yeah.
think.
Yep.
Matt, moving the skate center camera 950.
Yeah,
What was that?
We moved it from the southwest corner where we didn't feel like we needed a camera when it first got placed there to behind the concession stand so we could see money handling and see transactions going on over at behind the cash or behind the concessions. I don't know why it cost $950.
Is there an invoice for that or anything? Or
Was that?
was there an invoice for it?
Yeah, I mean there was. They moved wiring and they were up in the roof or in the ceiling for probably 3 hours moving crap around. So I mean, I think that's about the time it was. I can provide you guys with an invoice if you need one. But
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
yeah, no, absolutely.
I normally bring Parks and Rec, and I left it in the safe. So sorry. I usually have those too.
Yeah.
Make note and I'll get the copy of the invoice.
Almost like I had to buy the camera.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, it's low voltage wire, which was nothing, and labor.
The whole deal with them too, and then like the yearly subscription too.
Yeah.
I suspect that like PD has to pay the yearly subscription, so does the library too, and that
Yep.
was kind of, we got stocked with that one this year too, so that was pretty big.
That's the only ones I have.
That's Operation Edith.
Oh, is it?
Mark?
It's
Yeah,
fire.
Operation Edith.
They're fire.
Fire Safety Week.
All right, any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, now it's time to receive and file communication petitions and remonstrances. I received another email from Seth. I guess we've had those going back and forth, so we actually received those.
I'm not receiving
That's
anything
gonna
else.
hopefully come to a resolution here pretty soon. Anything else?
Nope, I have not received anything else.
Perfect. Moving on to committee reports. We just got done with a work session talking about buildings, the seed house, and talking about dogs and where we're gonna put them. I think we have a path forward for both.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Kevin. Said we have a path forward for both,
Yes.
the seed house and the dogs. All right, moving on. Now the time for citizens input. Council will not take any action on public comments this meeting, but maybe sort of future meeting. Anybody?
There's nobody on Zoom at this moment in time, Mr. Mayor.
Anybody? Moving on. Old business. Oh, it's the last time. All right, now I need a motion, third consideration, adoption of ordinance 1101, an ordinance amending provisions pertaining to pedestrians right of way.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Zach, seconded by Riley. Anybody got any questions? Hope not. Roll call.
Elwick.
Yes.
Parmenter.
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahud.
Yes.
I move to adopt.
It's taking all I have.
Second.
Motion by Andrew, second by Zach. Anybody got questions? Roll call.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker.
Alright, item B, now I need a motion for third consideration and adoption of ordinance 1102, an ordinance adding a new section pertaining to adult establishment nuisances.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach.
Ooh, Tammy got cut out. It did. I felt it.
Anybody got questions? Roll call.
Raker.
Yep.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark Mahud.
Yes.
Move to adopt.
Oh! We have to tell Ronald.
Hopefully he's not watching.
Anybody second?
Second.
Motion by Zach, seconded by Riley. Anybody got questions? Roll call.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker.
Yep.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Alright, item C, now I need a motion for third consideration and adoption of ordinance 1103, an ordinance amending provisions pertaining to electronic meetings.
Motion.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. Anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Raker.
Yep.
Elwick,
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Elwick, second by Parmenter to adopt. Anybody got questions? Roll call.
Raker.
Yep.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark Mahud.
Item D, now I need a motion for third consideration and adoption of ordinance 1104, an ordinance amending provisions pertaining to operating budget preparation.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. Anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Andrew, second by Zach to adopt. Anybody got any questions?
We got 3 more of these.
Roll
Yeah.
call.
Raker,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Item E, now I need a motion for third consideration and adoption of ordinance 1105, an ordinance amending provisions pertaining to publication of minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Okay.
Motion by Riley, second by Andrew.
You can't get. That was rude. All right. Are you tired?
No.
Anybody, anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Stark Mahud, Raker,
Yeah.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Elwick.
Yes. I move to adopt.
I second.
Motion by Andrew, second by Zach to adopt. Anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker.
Yes.
Alright, item F. Now I need a motion for third consideration and adoption of ordinance 1106, an ordinance amending provisions pertaining to bond requirements.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Zach, seconded by Tammy. Any questions? Roll call.
Elwick,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by
That's
Andrew,
fine.
seconded by Zach to adopt. Anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
Alright, moving on to item G. I need a motion for third consideration and adoption of ordinance 1107, ordinance amending provisions pertaining to fire officials' authority to cite violations.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Zach. Anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Andrew, seconded by Zach to adopt. Anybody got any questions? Roll call.
Sorry, I missed that. Motion and second by who?
The usual. Andrew.
Andrew and Zach.
Thank you. Raker,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark Mahud.
Yes.
Alright, item H. Now I need a motion for second consideration of ordinance 1108, an ordinance adding new subsections regarding stop signs.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. These are the ones out yonder. They're
Yep.
already up, it looks like.
They're not really. I didn't think they were up on Tuesday. They may be up by
I thought
now.
I saw one up today. Maybe I've seen something else.
But they paid
I
for
see.
4 of them out of the 5. So we paid for 1 of them, and they're going to pay for 4.
Alrighty. Roll call.
Stark Mahood,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Raker.
Yes.
What's that? Now moving on to item I, discussion of possible ordinance related to parking. So this is back to our area between the curb and the lot line.
Correct.
Oh.
And the changes that were requested at the last meeting have been made on this ordinance for parking spaces after a certain date. The date went with is October 1, 2024.
Okay.
So is that supposed to be on here for us to vote?
No, just for you
Oh,
to
okay.
consider, and then we'll get it on if it's okay for us to bring it back.
So yes, you got it covered now that if it wasn't as established parking as of October 1st, you're not gonna get to park there.
Correct.
Perfect.
I think that should help clear that up.
Right, because otherwise there would be one particular business that would lose over 30 parking spaces and City Hall would lose 8 out here because of where the property line is, which is
So
right.
they've already been designated as parking.
Correct.
Yep, that's what we're kinda after, I believe. Alright, so that's all looks good. 69.06 line 2, it says lower line instead of lot line, so we get that fixed.
Sure will.
When it comes in. Anybody else want to discuss that any further? If not, it'll be on the next council agenda.
Okay.
All right, moving on to new business. Now I need a motion for acceptance of West First Street reconstruction project with Rachi Construction.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Tammy, second by Riley. Nate says done.
Yes, and I got it. I had received an email this afternoon asking from the DOT to go ahead and sign it right now. I'm like, I can't until council approves this.
And everything's good over there?
Yes.
The thickness and everything else worked out fine.
Yes, and the smoothness test is actually thicker than what was on the spec.
They ground a lot of it.
It looks like, it's not the prettiest street in town, but I guess it's a street.
After they run the snow plows up and down.
I know,
Right.
it just, you're driving, and it's like, but it lasts for a long, long time, that's what we're at.
We might have to embargo it down to like a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Yeah.
All right, any questions? Roll call.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Stark Mahood.
Yes.
All right, moving on to item B. Now I need a motion for approval of a resolution proposing transfer and sale of an interest in real property by sale and setting it a public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Andrew, second by Riley. Anybody got questions on that? They came back with a new offer, it looks like. So, if not, any questions? Roll call.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Stark Mahood,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Elwick.
Yes.
So I have to set that public hearing right now then?
Yes.
You did that by passing the resolution.
That's right, 'cause it said it was gonna be the next meeting.
Yes, October 24th at 7 o'clock.
Perfect. All right, moving on to item C, now I need a motion to approve a resolution approving request for abatement of accrued property taxes and exemption from taxation on property owned by the city of Benton from date of city acquisition forward.
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Andrew.
This is for the property that was just purchased in the downtown area.
Hmm.
I can actually, this would allow me to go to the Board of Supervisors to make that request on behalf of the city.
Super. Roll call.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark Mahood,
Yes.
Raker.
Yes.
Alright, now I need motion approval, acceptance of grant agreement from the Iowa DOT for runway 34 obstruction mitigation project at the Benton Veterans Memorial Airport.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Wes.
This is.
For
if I
the
may.
trees.
Yes,
For the
this is the
trees.
trees,
Yes,
and
it
this is an
is.
up to.
Yep, so they're all not to exceed numbers.
Correct.
I don't even know what to say. I'm still not happy that the engineering fees for that were over $35,000 or something. Anybody got questions? It's a grant, 15% is ours, they'll put it out for bid. Somebody will bid it, that's what the number will be, and I assume the engineering fees will be amended accordingly, or is it a straight fee for the engineering
No, it
fee?
would be amended accordingly, Mr. Mayor. Council.
I'd hate to find out we got a bid for 20 and the engineering fees cost 35.
No, I can't. We will have that discussion here.
Perfect, that's good deal. Alright, roll call.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Elwick.
Yes.
Alright, moving on to item E. I need motion approval of pay estimate number 8 Woodruff Construction with the wastewater treatment plant improvements.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. I looked it over, didn't look out of whack by any means.
Well, it seems to be on progress. I mean,
A little bit.
for low, just, but not as bad as it could be.
Well, they made some personnel changes.
That's true. They'll catch up.
For the better?
What's that?
For the better?
Well, they think so. That was the first thing I asked if it affected our project at all.
Yeah.
And they said no, other than being behind schedule a little bit, but they said it should pick back up. Alrighty, roll call.
Raker,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Fluhop,
Yes.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Parmenter.
Yes.
Alright, now I need a motion to approve of change order number 2 for the wastewater treatment plant improvements.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, seconded by Zach. So those were, one of them is fixing an egress door to meet code.
Correct.
That was the big one, that was the 6,000, and that's the one they're actually thinking about putting one at the other end of the building if we can make it work.
Yes.
But they haven't gotten us numbers on that one yet.
Now, and remember, we don't have to pay it until it's actually delivered and installed or on site.
And the floor drain I asked her about because there was one already in the floor, but they had to make some rearrangements to make things work better. They didn't want to run a bunch of pipes across the floor to get to the new, or the old floor drain, so this is just putting in a new one.
Correct.
And I did actually call the subcontractor putting that in, and I asked him why it was so high, and he actually sent me the invoices of how much the floor drains cost. So I said, okay.
So the door wasn't part of their original bid?
Not this one. This one is a second door.
Having a panic device inside of a room like that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe not a panic device.
I think it'd be code. I mean, that has to be some of the code, I assume.
Well, it's because of the size of the room itself.
And that's about right in line where a door would cost, how am I with all the panic devices and stuff.
Alright.
Any questions? More questions? Roll call.
Stark Mahud,
Yes.
Raker,
Yes.
Elwick,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Fluhop.
Yes.
Okay. Now I need motion approval of sidewalk reimbursement for 1307 C Avenue.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Tammy, second by Riley. Gerald's driveway, which looks really nice. One for his driveways with the sidewalk that went through it, to be clear. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Lovely. Alright, now I need a motion approval of special event application for the lighted holiday parade on November 21st, 2024.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Tammy, seconded by Riley. Anybody got questions on that one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Now I need motion approval of special event application for the Spooktacular Parade, October 26th, 2024.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach. Anybody got questions on that one?
Has this been before? Is this,
I think it's a new one, isn't it?
must be a new one. I've never heard of it.
I haven't heard of that one.
The Spooktacular.
Every year.
Was it?
Yep. It's
Oh, the downtown.
Oh, that's what they call the trick.
Oh.
I always thought it was downtown trick or treating. I
Oh.
didn't realize it's called the Spooktacular.
I thought you guys were joking. I mean, you never heard of it?
I never heard it called that.
Alright.
Been doing this
It was
for
the
20 years and I don't
Spooktacular
remember it
that
ever
was
coming up on the
selling
agenda like that.
I just gotta get out more.
Sorry, I'll just change the name back.
Yeah, there you go. Now we know, it's okay.
No, no.
Don't change it back. I mean, that's
I don't
gonna
wanna
screw us
change it
up
back,
even
yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Spooktacular is much cuter.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Alright, now I need a motion approval of special event application for the Bright Lights on 4th, June 7th, 2025.
Motion.
Motion by Riley, second by Wes. Questions? He's here.
All good?
Any got questions?
I can answer anything you need. I have, a check for the police department.
Free tickets.
It was like, oh,
Thank you for your help.
I feel like that's Friday.
Tammy, can you take care of the Benton ambulance?
Yep.
And I have one for the fire department.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I would add, I don't think the copy in your packet had all the department heads sign off yet. They have since. I delivered packets on Tuesday.
What was the date?
I missed the date.
June 7th.
Who's performing?
Hmm?
Who's?
Airball again.
Nice.
They keep asking to come back.
They're a fun show.
And the,
There you go. When you don't pay
the
them.
end time is 1 AM.
Yeah, it's the same every year.
Same as, did it go to 1 last year?
Hmm?
Did it actually make it to?
No,
No.
they quit by 11.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, well, we did that because of one year
Yeah, it went
the
long.
weather kind of got us and we postponed a little bit, and then one of the veterans got up and talked for way longer than he should have, so it kind of put us over the deal, and so we just decided to move it back where we didn't have any problems, and Ted was in agreement with it, that we need to just get it down on the deal. So we did it that way.
Perfect.
Alright. All those in favor?
Aye.
Great.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll
Ted.
send them a check tomorrow.
Alright. Now it's
Does anybody
time, we're gonna
fire
set the
department?
second council meeting in November for Monday, November 25th at 7
Can
PM.
you take it down for me? Thank you.
I don't think we have to vote on that.
Thanks, folks.
No.
Good night.
Thanks for coming.
And I think we actually come in at 6 that night to discuss that wage thing.
Correct.
Okay, moving on to reports.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Well, just earlier this week we had a walkthrough on J Avenue, and yeah, there's some punch list items for J Avenue that we've got to go through, and some got here just a few issues Nate's aware of, kind of like this water service here. But the contractor is going to be working with Nate and with the Hobarts on getting this resolved. So that's what my Tuesday afternoon was like. So just in case, that's what's going on. So they're getting to the close to the end of that project altogether.
So my question on that, is it just the box is too high, or is the water surface itself too shallow?
I believe it's probably the water service too shallow. I think there was too much dirt that was taken out. Is what the issue is there. So they're going to work on that before we accept.
That water main's on the other side of the road, right?
That's just
Correct. No. I'll have to double check to make sure for that. new
What's
one.
that, Andrew?
Well, that's potentially a big deal if that's main, right?
That's not
That-
the
that's
main,
the service.
the bigger deal, cause it's the water service, and if it's shallow, cause that box is, yeah, so it's, if that box is right, the water service is only down in there about 2.5 feet, 3 feet.
Yeah, and maybe too shallow. And then at that point, then they're gonna have some serious concerns. So hopefully Nate will get back to me next week.
Or is that,
Solution.
oh, that's not,
Oh.
that is a water main box, or is that 6-inch service coming over to the,
That's
is that the service coming over to the services building?
Yeah.
it's heading up north from down. No, it's heading south to the services building. So.
Oh, yeah, there's services building up there.
Mhm.
Back here.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, that is a main box, not a service box.
So that is a potential issue right there. So we haven't accepted it or anything. We just had a walkthrough yesterday.
I can't believe that's wrong, because they GPS all their water mains in now.
Yeah, they do.
I assume the box just isn't adjusted right.
Hope so.
So
Yeah,
spent a good afternoon with that.
Nice
Oh.
day for it.
Also, in other unrelated news, back to the airport, two things. One, we got our go letter as of yesterday afternoon for the AWAS. The AWAS is the weather alert system, and federal share request is $247,500. So what's coming up next is going to be a actual pre-construction meeting before everything else comes to council, and that's going to happen next week or so with our engineers. Also, the airport, while I'm still on the airport, is looking at transitioning their fuel pump from an analog system to a digital system.
That would be great for them.
So we're looking at that. I don't know what the cost is yet. We're still just in the preliminary stages of looking at that right now on that.
This is not the one that was relatively newish, relatively 4 years ago or something.
That was
No,
a credit
no,
card
no,
reader.
no.
That's what you're thinking.
No, this is a new reader, not using the old copper cable. This will be something different.
Super.
So that we're in the pre-apps are due on October 31st for the TIP funds for next road project. 3 years out, 2.5 years, 3 years out. They mapped out. Looks like our award right now is about close to $900,000 in the pre-app. I just want to make sure I'm just saying the right road you want that project to go to. Still just wondering if you want to do that West 4th or you want funds to build up over time. I'm still waiting for an estimate from Nate on that.
Was Westport the next plan of attack?
West Fourth from like the pawn shop on out,
The pawn shop?
Gun shop.
or gun shop.
Yes.
Well, I thought we were talking
Alright.
like Fifth Street and B Avenue.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Very historic.
West Fourth from C Avenue to K Avenue is on your priority capital improvement list, your top
Okay.
3.
Oh, yeah. I cannot remember that.
That was a pretty rough shape. 900,000 isn't gonna touch it.
No. So that's how come I was thinking we could let the funds build possibly for another year and get at least some more funds. But also with the TIP funds, they have changed how the TIP funds are now. Before, whenever we got these federal funds, it was a match, 80% DOT, 20% us. Now they would like to take those TIP funds and do something called a swap, and change it to swap funds, to where those funds are 100% dedicated to the project. However, the city would have to pay for engineering. Instead of the engineering being part of the grant, it would be separate on the city to pay for that.
It used to be 80-20, now it's 100, but we pay engineering.
Which in the end of the day, as I talked to Mary Rump about it, it appears to be a wash almost as far as the cost is concerned.
So you're in an estimate on doing the whole section from C Avenue to K, so we have some idea of banking it for 2 years
Correct.
would be enough, or what?
Especially if
$600 a foot.
yeah, if everything, if all your tip funds can go towards just Portland concrete cement, there's still going to be just other costs associated with it.
I don't know how many utilities are underneath that street, water main and everything else that we'd have to tackle.
So-
Right.
Chris and I beaconed it one day, and I just did rough measurements from C intersection down to K, and it was just hardly different than the length of West First in feet.
That didn't have any utilities.
Right. But I'm just saying lengthwise, it was about.
What was the number on West?
West First was 1.2.
That was, is that thicker than normal? Is
No. This will be about the same thickness on that.
All about sub base.
Mhm.
that, so double that, 2 million.
Just
Any of the other bonds falling off in the next 3 or 4 years?
falling off, no. However, your debt service is relatively low, or you can bond. You do have capacity to bond for roads. Something to consider is just a report right now. Just letting you know where I'm at.
What
on
is the
this
next
stuff.
one to fall
Ooh,
I didn't think for a while because we just had one fall off last.
you had 2 fall off, and we didn't replace those with anything else. So you had 4, but now you're down to 2.
off? You don't have a guesstimate of how long?
It's gonna be at least a decade.
Yep.
Because you did, one of them was all those streets you did
Yep.
here in town. That was one bond. Another bond was purchasing additional property, and that's the smaller of the 2. But your overall debt is still right around the 20%, which is far less than the normal 50% or 90% that Coralville is. Remember, you want to still have 75% capacity available, so you do have space on your GO if you wish to do that, to mix it with these funds. Something to consider, something to think about. Boy, there was one other thing I was going to do. With the power of Nate assistance, we got a map.
You got your survey done?
Mhm.
Get the survey done?
Well, the survey, you talking about the lift station survey? Yes, they were out there doing that on Monday. They were actually in my yard doing that and going back, working their way back and then across the street. But let me see if I can actually pull this up here and have this on the screen. Oh, I gotta turn off the phone, don't I? Stop sharing that. Oh, it went to TV. I don't know why. Oh, it was. I apologize.
Awesome.
No.
I'm not looking.
Ain't nothing.
Look at how beautiful the inside
Hello.
of the person is.
I wanna just there.
I think you broke it.
Yeah, I probably did. There it
Hey!
goes. There it goes. And oops.
You hit X at it should disappear.
Okay. Yeah, I showed this to Ron last week when he still had his knee still working. But here is around the area north of the hospital in the red area, and there's a low pressure area here, and then actually in the neighborhood over there by I want to say Scenic Drive on East.
Runs,
Yeah.
it runs.
Yeah, in his neighborhood, there's some lower pressure area, but majority of the town, you got pressure between 45 and 60 psi. Except for the lower lying areas in town. And the further south you get, the higher the elevation becomes, therefore your pressure goes lower.
My house is.
Yes. So, been working with Nate on the SRF application with this, and this actually helps identify quite a few areas in town that actually needs our water plant upgrade that we're planning. So, but that's all I have to report.
Next time if you can have diamonds and squares or something, that'd be great.
Diamonds and squares.
He's
I
colorblind.
can't tell the red and green.
Oh.
No, we're not me either.
Oh,
So according to Andrew, we have great pressure.
Looks good.
Thank you for sharing, Andrew.
Yes, that's fine.
okay, that's all I have.
And thinks about when he had to put phone cables together.
Yeah, it's.
Now
Lot
I'm
of
thinking
good
about when we got the budgets and they had the colored tabs and we kept telling him to go to certain colors and he was like, I don't know what that one.
I learned by year 2 and fixed it for him.
Okay. Well,
Alrighty.
I'll share with you, Andrew, later.
Ben, anything?
Not really, Mr. Mayor. We're 2 weeks away from getting our guy back from the academy, so we'll have everybody on staff. Got one guy going to Florida on Sunday for drug recognition expert training. Usually, it used to be hard to get a town officer, a small town officer, into that type of training. But with his experience and stuff, he's going to that. It's completely paid by the state. So, other than we just pay wage and his meals. Other than that, they cover everything else. That'll help us have better cases, better put together cases for like drug-related OWIs and stuff. So that's a benefit to the city. A couple other guys are going to some other training, but other than that, everything's going pretty smooth. Hopefully, we solved the dog problem tonight.
Solved. Matt?
Not much. We put 15 folks through, I think I talked at last meeting, but we put 15 supervisors through stop the bleed, AED, CPR, first aid training, last Sunday night at the skating rink, so all of our supervisors, skating rink and, rec center supervisors are all through there. Chris and I had a quick meeting last week, with the architects from Insight, to move forward with some stuff with the rec center, so that's exciting.
Yeah, and they're gonna submit a proposal, aren't they?
Yep.
Yep.
And so we're kind of finishing up with fall stuff and ready to move into winter stuff. So, Halloween activities coming up in 2 weeks, and so this is a little bit of a lull before we ramp up for winter activities. So, and closing up park stuff. So shelters getting closed up this next week. So. Moving into all our late fall, early winter stuff, so. All's well, all's well.
Melissa?
I have a list tonight. Several weeks ago, you guys, in conjunction with the electric board, agreed to sell the old chipper truck. Now that we have a new one, that deal, the vehicle sold last week for just over $3,000. So we'll split the proceeds with the electric department on that. Preliminary numbers for fall cleanup days last weekend seem to be a little bit lower in participation than last year. Just going by gate fees and Nate's curbside pickup. Nate said that went really well for him. The numbers were down, but there's a lot of sofas and mattresses. So otherwise went well. Next Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be at the fall IMFOA conference in Des Moines. And then the October 24th council meeting, I'd like to possibly schedule a work session Melody's been talking to me again now that we've purchased that other lot on 4th Street about revisiting the pocket park. So I don't know if you're interested in a work session that evening.
Weren't we already doing something before that meeting? No? Am I making that up?
Wasn't it something that Ron's gonna be here, we were talking about moving this one to that week or something? We did talk about something like that, yes. Ron was gonna be here. I know, on the 24th, I wouldn't be able to be here before 6:30, because it's gonna be middle school McDonald's night, and McDonald's, we're doing a fundraiser there, so. Before you come to the meeting, come to McDonald's.
I got a circle for a reason.
I don't have anything,
I didn't think
That's
so.
the night we're doing,
closed session that night.
yeah, so maybe that's what I was thinking of. Is that what you were thinking of?
I don't know, I just haven't circled on my calendar, I usually
I
don't
just-
circle them unless something special popped up.
Yeah, my brain was telling me we were doing something, but it might be reviews.
Could be. Yes, that is when we're gonna do reviews.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool, so 6:30?
You're gonna be here till
Y'all good with 6:30? That's all.
9. Well, that wasn't much of a list.
Thank you for not putting the
There's a list.
scarecrow outside
Remember.
this year, because it did scare me so many times last year.
Good.
Looks good.
They are
you.
kind of
So I met with a gentleman last
See you,
week,
Ben.
Have a good night.
B Avenue where we did all that sewer, right?
Yeah.
And I drove it after he said something. For some reason, the seal coat didn't take, or we didn't seal coat it, because it just throws up a cloud of dust like I'm going down the gravel. So I didn't know if we should look at that and find out what the deal is. But it was quite dusty. And then him and I continued to talk, and we got to thinking, and that had to make some sense, you know. Now that the new development's out south of town, fairgrounds get pretty busy in the summer. That someday on the wish list, I wonder if we ought to think about doing 2nd Avenue south of 13th, out to the new development, getting all that street upgraded past the seal coat.
Okay. Beyond seal code. So
Yes.
by doing that, I'm thinking about the federal classification system. In order to do that, I'll have to get on the phone with DOT about seeing if we can actually convert some farm to market road, because 13th is done, and moving those miles possibly to down there. But that's going to take also some will from your county. The main one to make that happen will be your county engineer. But it can be done, because that's how Coralville is able to get all those roads done.
And it just seems to be a sore, that whole, it does get a lot of traffic.
Thank you.
But it is possible. It is possible.
It was just a thought.
And it can be done.
The biggest problem I can see is if we fill in that ditch to put storm sewer in, what's it gonna do with the water going on to Romans and everybody else over there? How does that get alleviated? But that's why we hire engineers. They're smart like that.
And remember, you did your study this past year, which also identifies some state funding and state grants for that. Your brick study.
That was it. Think of anything else? Good and welfare?
Like to
Pancake breakfast,
Ooh, is
Pancake
that this
breakfast.
weekend
the fire station.
Wow.
Just want to say thanks on behalf of my mom for everybody that reached out to me, because she did have some water foundation damage from Hurricane Helene. So appreciate all the well wishing for that.
already? Anna has been selected as EMS person of the year for the state of Iowa.
Nice.
She's going to be receiving an award in a couple weeks.
Girl Scouts are out selling candy.
Yeah,
Not
why don't they come
cookies.
to my?
So they're, I understand they're selling candy, not
Yes.
cookies.
Cookies is usually in like February.
It's not cookie season.
Okay.
I was
I
explained.
know we sold these.
And,
Yeah.
and FFA is out today showing fruit.
Because I would
They
like
got,
candy.
they
I'm
hit me
sorry
up
you
at
have
my
unusual
house
dogs.
before the meeting.
They do threaten children,
Support FFA and Girl Scouts
Oh, yeah, I already
because
bought my
they're gonna be
FFA
out.
I say in the middle school, it's on the 24th, it's from 4 to 8, 7, I think. So,
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
So I need to come buy like 30 cheeseburgers.
Yep, so the middle school gets like a portion of all sales, and then we're also selling like these coupon books that people can buy that you get all the money from that, so.
Yeah, good lord.
I know Center Point does it, and it's a huge,
I've got 'em
huge
everywhere.
deal.
It sounds like we're like the only town with McDonald's that doesn't do it, so
Yeah.
we're getting into that.
It's usually very well attended.
That is when again?
The 24th.
24th, same night. That's right. All right, anybody got anything else? Need a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Riley, second by Zach, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.